Why Google wasn't indexing my FastAPI site, the head request trap. The symptom, 93 pages invisible to Google. I run a technical blog on FastAPI behind Cloudflare tunnel. One day I checked Google Search Console and found server error, 5xx1 page. Discovered, currently not indexed, 93 pages. The site was working perfectly in a browser. Every page returned 200. The sitemap was valid. The allowed everything. So why was Google refusing to index 93 out of 95 pages? The investigation. The first instinct was to check for obvious problems. Everything looks fine. But then I tried what Googlebot does, a head request. 405 method not allowed. Every single page on the site rejected head requests. Why head requests matter for SEO? The HTTP specification, RFC 9110, states that a server must support head for any resource that supports GET. Head is identical to GET except the server must not send a response body. Googlebot uses head requests during crawling to 1. Check if a page exists before fetching the full content. 2. Verify and other headers efficiently. 3. Detect redirects without downloading the body. When head returns 405, Googlebot logs it as a server error. The page gets stuck in discovered, currently not indexed limbo. Google knows the URL exists from the sitemap, but it can't crawl it because the pre-flight head check fails. The root cause, FastAPI plus Starlette version behavior. Here's the surprise, FastAPI 0.133.1 with Starlette 0.52.1 does not automatically handle head requests on GET routes. I verified this with a minimal reproduction. This is not a bug in your application code. It's a behavior of the framework version. Earlier versions of Starlette had implicit head handling for GET routes, but this behavior changed. If you're running these versions and haven't explicitly addressed head requests, your site has the same problem, you just might not know it yet. The fix, one-middleware. The cleanest solution is a middleware that intercepts head requests, processes them as GET internally, and strips the response body. Place this before any other middleware. In FastAPI, middleware is executed in reverse registration order, so register it after other middleware definitions. After adding this and restarting the service, every route now correctly responds to head requests. How to check if you're affected? Run this against your own FastAPI site. If head returns 405 and GET returns 200, you have this problem. You can also check your FastAPI/Starlette versions. What happened after the fix? After deploying the middleware fix. 1. I requested reindexing for key pages in Google Search Console. 2. The server error, 5xx, count dropped to 0 within 24 hours. 3. Pages started moving from discovered, currently not indexed, to indexed over the following days. The site had been live for weeks with this invisible problem. Every page worked in a browser, every monitoring check passed, because they all used GET, but Google couldn't crawl a single page beyond the initial discovery. Lessons learned. 1. Test with head, not just GET. Browser testing and typical health checks only use GET. Add to your deployment verification. 2. Google Search Console errors are real. When GSC reports server error, 5xx, and your monitoring shows all green, the discrepancy is a clue, not a false positive. Something about how Google accesses your site differs from how you test it. 3. Framework defaults change between versions. Don't assume HTTP method handling behavior is stable across framework upgrades. Check the changelog when upgrading Starlette/FastAPI. 4. Middleware order matters in FastAPI. FastAPI executes middleware in reverse registration order. The head handler must run before middleware that might depend on the request method. 5. The HTTP spec is your friend. RFC 9110 says head must work wherever GET works. Violating this doesn't just break Googlebot, it breaks any well-behaved HTTP client, proxy, or CDN that relies on head for cache validation or pre-flight checks.